Alright, so we are live. This is Unknown Secura, Ukrainian team, versus Team Flashback, mostly a Russian team. Team Flashback is going to be on the Chinese side, and Unknown Secura is going to be on the US team. So we're going to follow the US team right off the bat here. Looks like the Abrams player got a really bad spawn. First squad going to the center flag. Both Jeeps should be approaching any second here. US team gets there much faster. And this flag is going to be taken fairly quickly. TV tries to come out from the Chinese helicopter, misses the target. This flag is going to be capped in favor of the U.S. team. Infantry here on this hill for Flashback, trying to do some damage, but they're not really. They're in a bad, kind of in a bad position, especially as AT. They're just going to have grenades lobbed at them. The attack helicopters are going to be fighting it out right now, so we're going to watch this attack helo battle for the time being. As I can find the player. Let's see who can win this fight now that the U.S. team has capped the center flag. It looks like we have Humka in the attack helicopter. For Team Unknown Secura. Looking for that shot. Chinese chopper misses its TV guide, so Humka's going to go in. Does not launch a missile. Missile out. Did not hit. That's interesting. And we've got the tank battle coming up over here. The U.S. tank is pressing on the right side of the containers over here. It's a much better position for to defend against the attack helicopter from the Chinese side. U.S. tank on Chinese tank on the road. Not really pushing up anything. It's really trying to just defend itself as Unknown Secura are pushing over this hill towards the Chinese main base. One shot in the tank over here. Now two. But one more AT rocket should take out this tank. And it is very, very low. China looks like a push on the right side as Unknown Secura Team Flashback tries to get past the tank of Unknown Secura unsuccessfully. Not sure if he died yet. Nope, he has not died. But untraceable, guarding this the left flank of docking oil fields here. Tank on the right for the Chinese side has not yet died. It is still patrolling that left road. Now it dies, gets taken out. Definitely by a TV, or no, got taken out by the tank. Fantastic hold there. And now Team Flashback are pushing into the center flag here. There's just a couple of them left, but Unknown Secura has one of the Humvees and at least 3 infantry here to defend. And that push is going to be shut down in good fashion. Now looking for the next push on the map. Unknown Secura, Flashback had a jeep going around the right side, taken out by the helicopter of Humka. And now we are in that position of the map where Unknown Secura holds that center flag, and it is going to be up to Flashback to make that push happen. They have to break out of this contain. This is the way that this map works. Tank goes down immediately for Team Flashback as they try to sneak around the right side of the map, but that tank gets one shot down by the helicopter. Infantry pushing over the hill towards the center flag for Flashback. This infantry push is going to have to be effective here, as they are in desperate need of pushing this flag. Tickets fairly still even. It's still early in the game. They're only about 20 tickets down. Grenades going out. Grenades are extremely effective in Battlefield 2. Infantry just putting up a minor fight over here. All medics, so that there is no worry of a tank coming around. There's no need for any AT for any of the Team Unknown Secura's infantry to play AT right now, as they still have the helicopter up in the air. Artillery for the U.S. side coming down on the attack helicopter of Flashback. One heck of an effective way to keep it down. Humka immediately takes it out with the TV missile, and that helicopter is going to stay down for Flashback. Tank on the main road here immediately goes down again. Humka in that helicopter, absolutely dominating Team Flashback. Another Jeep for Flashback coming all on the high ground here. Humka just destroyed that one infantry in the air, on that hill. Even though he got revived, that was one heck of a shot. Just goes to show you how accurate TV-guided missiles could be in Battlefield 2 when you can just do knock out infantry in the forest like that. And once again, we have a minor flashback push, trying to get over this hill into the center flag. Helicopter for Unknown Secura is going to be able to defend this. Interestingly enough, though, Unknown Secura is pushing up their tank towards the the main base of the China side, and Humka again takes out the tank for China. And Flashback has this problem where they have to deal with Unknown Secura coming into their uncap or their main base here, and if they cap this, they are going to be in a really bad spot. One jeep, 2 infantry, and a tank on flag. Meanwhile, Unknown Secura trying to take the middle flag. But at this point in time, I have to question if that's actually wise. Being captured, being locked out of your main base and only having this center flag is not the best option. So that flag is gray. It looks like Flashback is going to hold their main base. They did take out the tank. They have 4 infantry here, and Unknown Secura is nowhere to be found on the Chinese main base. So, or did I misspeak? Is there one left? There is one left. One member of Unknown Secura still here, and he is officially taken out. So now that push of the main base is officially dead. So China will defend their uncap, or their main base. I have to stop using that phrase uncap. I have played way too much Battlefield 3 and 4. It's the Chinese main. And now Flashback are going to try to go 2 different directions. I see 1 jeep going down the right, 2 jeeps going down the right, and 1 jeep going down the left. Of course, the jeep on the left is probably going to be intercepted immediately by the tank over here, by Unknown Secura. Untraceable, waiting for it. I think it actually got taken out by the helicopter. And both jeeps, 1 jeep has gotten through, so they are going to try to push the main base of the U.S. here. The tank knows, the chopper knows, and this jeep is dead. Unknown Secura successfully hold a second push to their main. Meanwhile, they are continuing to push on the main base of the China side. And Koimap is trying to get the helicopter up. He actually does for once. This is the first time in a long time he's been up in the air. TV missile comes out for the US chopper, but it actually misses, and it doesn't really matter because Zlovistov is in the tank for the China side, manages to take out that helicopter. Now that the helicopter for the China side has been taken out, Unknown Secura and their attack helicopter are just going to spawn camp and cause as much damage to the China base as they can, trying to whittle down flags, trying to just complete this grasp of the map here. Attack helicopter for China spawns, but it's pretty much useless. Yeah, there it goes. It gets destroyed immediately. Now, the name of the game here for Unknown Secura is going to be to try to whittle down as many tickets as they can. If they can try to kill enough of them that they can get on the flag, they will try to do so for that uncap. But the spawn timers for this base and the spawn locations for this main base flag are such that it really makes it difficult to cap that flag. Team Flashback, on the other hand, has a much tougher job here. They have to defend this flag. And Unknown Secura, looks like they're going to make the push. 2 infantry and a jeep on flag. Helicopters up for Secura, or Flashback. Damage from small arms fire, but it is still up. And Unknown Secura, or excuse me, Flashback have managed to hold their main base one more time. One more infantry here for Secura, but he will probably be cleaned up. Helicopter finally up for Team Flashback. Center flag still being held. It looks like Secura tried to make, or Flashback tried to make a push on it, unsuccessfully. And Humka did go down. I did not see it happen, but Humka did go down and get taken out in their attack helicopter, and the Chinese helicopter finally taking the skies and reigning supreme. Still, burden of this match on Flashback now. They are down about 60 tickets, and now is the time where this map becomes critical. They have to go for the uncap, or they have to go for the main. I said uncap again. I meant main. U.S. tank moving out of its main. And Koimap gets taken out of the helicopter. I didn't see how that happened, but it almost looked like a TK. Interesting. Of course, commander of Unknown Secura always doing a massive job spotting everything. Now, 2 jeeps for for Flashback. One pushing the center flag, another one pushing the right going around the right flank of the map. He's going to try to get into the main base of the U.S. team. Meanwhile, the tank of Flashback is trying to push a little bit aggressively into the main, into the middle, into the cistern flag. He is trying to just cause a distraction. There is not much he can do on that center flag. And Flashback trying to make something happen here. Tank obliterated by Flashback's infantry here. 3 infantry. They're going to try, assuming that they can get out of this Austin Powers Jeep backup problem. They're going to have to go to the U.S. base. And they will be there. No, they won't. As Humka gets back up in that helicopter. And I think I saw all of the infantry for Flashback cleaned up. Nope, there is one left. He is on this side, and Humka knows it. They know. And Koimap, with a Jihad Jeep, clears up that last piece of infantry on the left. And now we are back in that same situation we were about 50 tickets ago. As Unknown Secura holding strong on their main base and the cisterns, and pushing aggressively into the main base of China. Attack helicopter for China nowhere to be found. It is Koimap Humka having a much better game than Koimap. China tank up right now, but I don't imagine this is going to stay up too much longer. Called that. And now the China attack helicopter trying to get up a little bit. Also going down. Humka putting on a clinic right now. Just goes to show you how dominating a great attack helicopter pilot can be in Battlefield 2. Now for Team Flashback, they aren't out of this yet. One of the great things about competitive Battlefield 2, ladies and gentlemen, is, of course, when you are in this position where you are being threatened with a cap-out, the goal of your team is not to give up. You have to whittle down as many of the tickets of your attackers, of the other team, as you can. With Flashback, or with Unknown Secura at 136, Flashback is going to try to get them down as much as they can. This way, they can possibly secure the next round in a much easier fashion here. Unknown Secura still pushing up, surprisingly, with their tank. Backing up a little bit now. Another squad bomb comes in from Secura. Tank for the Chinese team is up, and Frankie, squad leader here, playing Ring Around the Rosie with this tank. Another squad bomb, couple more spawn, one infantry here gets taken out. U.S. tank putting up a little bit of just kind of a roadblock here for the few infantry that are pushing around the left. No push from Flashback on the right side. They are just purely focused on defending their base. Chinese attack helicopter is up, as well as the U.S. attack helicopter. So now it is going to be an attack helicopter fight. See who's going to control the map for the next 60 seconds. And both teams going at it here. Now Humpka does have the advantage because, as we just saw, they do have a player on the Stinger missiles stationary on the Cistern flag. And Humpka trying to get that Jeep, just misses it by a bit, and it does land on the Cisterns. So their infantry for Flashback on the Cisterns now. Interesting fight in the center. With Flashback going 2-1 here. But Unknown Secura will hold it. And that pushes down. 122 to 28 tickets now. With Unknown Secura. In the lead here. Very, very strong lead. Of course, we started with 200 tickets on this map, so they have not lost half their tickets yet. 122 is, of course, not the greatest amount of tickets. You absolutely could, Flashback could come back next round. A couple Secura players trying to sraw down the attack helicopter for the Chinese side. One connects for sure, nails them down, and Dioxin will go down. And the attack on the uncap. On the uncap, bad gravity. The main base of the China team will continue. Tank for the China team gets stolen. And now Secura or Flashback will have to deal with their own tank in their own main base first before they want to shut this push down. Center flag Cisterns goes gray. I don't know, Flashback may have infantry here. There was a push here. It looks like it's 1 versus 1 in the center. There is one member of Unknown Secura and one member of Flashback. And Flashback will take that fight, for the infantry anyway, but unfortunately Frank will show up with the tank and shut that push down. Well, not before the flag gets capped, it looks like. 5 tickets left. This is going to be the last couple seconds of the game here. As Unknown Secura are in the main base of the China side, and they are going to cap this flag. And with that flag going gray, that is the end of the round. 112 tickets for Unknown Secura, 0 for Flashback. Not necessarily a one-sided game, but very, very strong showing for Unknown Secura. Humpka in the helicopter going 40-5. Absolutely showing a dominating performance. In this 8v8 match. And they are just going straight into game 2 here, or into round 2. Unknown Secura on the Chinese team this time. Flashback on the US team. We're going to start this round by checking out the helicopter side of things. We'll be watching the helicopter fight right off the bat, and then we'll focus towards the Cisterns. Yeah, this is a lot more balanced than yesterday's games. And it looks like, who do we have going for the helicopter? Humpka, there we go. Changing it up. Thought we had a change up there for a minute. It looked like some last second deliberation as to who was taking the helicopter. From Secura. Alright. One Jeep did manage to get to the cisterns already, but Humka took out at least one member of Flashback while they were there. Flashback is on flag. They will cap the U.S. cisterns for the U.S. team, and Humka is now going to be searching for that for that U.S. helicopter. One of the things about Battlefield 2, of course, is that the draw distance for the refractor engine was not the best. It is one of the reasons why most Battlefield 2 maps have such a dense fog on them. TV missile goes out, misses, not a range. So one of the reasons, once again, the dense fog is the reason why it's to compensate for the draw distance of the refractor engine. So once you're out of a certain range, it's very, very difficult to see the other team's helicopters or anything on the ground. You really are kind of depending on that mini-map. And you really kind of hold that trigger until that helicopter just comes out of the fog. Yeah, it's a very, very... I always enjoyed the fog. I thought it was very, very good to kind of keep your map awareness on you. Humka still looking for that U.S. helicopter. Meanwhile, Unknown Secura has taken the center flag. Both tanks are alive, as Humka has not had time to deal with the attack or the tank of the U.S. side. But Unknown Secura taking the center flag and the cisterns. A couple of members of Flashback here. Infantry fight going out in the middle, in the center. See if we can get a good view of what's going on in the cisterns here. And Humka finally gets that the tank of the U.S. team. Artillery strike coming down over here in the middle of nowhere, which is surprising because you may think it's in the middle of nowhere, but it looks like Flashback was trying to artillery strike the Chinese helicopter. If you want to talk about trying to go for some good RNG luck there, man, that is one heck of a grasp. TVing some of the commander assets. I believe this was the scan mechanic here. The commander scan building. He's trying to get as many shots off as he can. Flashback taking the center flag back from Unknown Secura. And that Unknown Secura, with nobody on there, finds themselves in the same position, more or less, that they had Flashback last round, with the exception of the fact that the Chinese helicopter is dominating the skies right now. Just goes to show you the skill of Humka. And now Unknown Secura is going to have to figure out what they want to do here. 3 Jeeps move out from their main base. One goes to the cisterns, and it looks like 2 might go to the main base of the U.S. team. Member from Flashback and the Humvee gets taken out. 1 member of Unknown Secura on the flag. And Secura, right back at it. Artillery coming down from Flashback. It's gonna be a difficult. It's gonna be a difficult hit. It's gonna have to land right between those pillars in the center. But no, bad luck from the commander artillery from U.S. And Unknown Secura will retake the Chinese the middle flag for the Chinese. Once again, pressure being put on the U.S. Artillery strike coming down for Unknown Secura to try to clean up a little bit from in the main base here. It looks like a push was made on the main base of the U.S. for Flashback, and it looks like it was repelled. However, the Chinese tank all the way in the main now, with no threat from a helicopter, and more or less this tank has view of the helipad. So when that U.S. tank spawns, it is going to be in a bad spot. A push being made on the main base of China. They got so far as to say it was great. And it looks like 2 members of Flashback in this building here, ready to cap the main base of China. But with Humka and that helicopter, if they come out, if they want to cap it, they're going to have to come out. They're really going to have to come out in the open here. That's going to be a tough cap for them. Flashback, no push on the center flag. Still trying to defend their main. Unknown Secura does successfully gets the steals the tank from the main base of Flashback. Taking this U.S. tank is absolutely just a crushing blow right now. Probably will be taken out. Most of the members of Unknown Secura immediately, or Flashback immediately spawn as AT, take out their own tank, but that tank will be down for a number of seconds here. They may defend their base, but I mean, it's just delaying a push for Flashback here. Tickets 152 to 146. Not too uneven yet. Battle for the center flag has been pretty back and forth. Humvee for Flashback gets taken out and unable to reach the cistern flag. And it looks like the push for Unknown Secura, or for Flashback, excuse me, on this back flag has been taken out, and China will retake their main base, which will now allow them to respawn their own tank. Battle in the center. Flashback trying to push the center flag again. Graze it out. One member of Unknown Secura here. And this is Frank. He is the only member here against two members of Flashback. It is difficult to kind of keep an eye on this. But reallocation of spawn. Frank takes squad leader. And he has three members of his team spawning him. And it looks like a recap might be lucky. It might be lucky. Likely, sorry. And Unknown Secura regains control of the cistern flag in the center. Solidly in control of this map right now. U.S. helicopter is down. U.S. tank just got taken out. Cistern flag has most of their team on it, and unluckily for them, a DPV from Flashback with at least 1, 2, 3 members, squad bomb on the back flag, and Humka there already. On the ball. Cleaning up this push. Artillery coming down for Unknown Secura. Cleaning up. There might be one infantry player who bailed out here for Flashback, and I do not see him just yet, and he is not on the minimap. He may have been taken out by the tank. That was a great push from Flashback, and it's something that they desperately needed to do. However, with that helicopter up, for China, it's a stretch. The helicopter on this map just has so much mobility and so much firepower that if you just keep aware of your map, those pushes are very, very unlikely to succeed. Nevertheless, they have to be taken anyway for the sake of your game. Flashback in control of their main base. It's just defending, defending a push from Unknown Secura. Trying to get a DPV down again. Humka. I would hate to be on that team against him right now. Takes out the Jeep. Takes out the tank. Just every time I see a vehicle, it's just dead within 5 to 10 seconds. And Unknown Secura pushing into this main base flag of Flashback. They're going to try to rep here, but I think this Chinese tank is going to die here. Trying to get some reps in. Not much health left on this tank. U.S. tank spawns. Can we get a steal? Running for it. And Sky Angel takes the U.S. tank and gets the steal. And we have another uncap. Flag has been taken in favor of Unknown Secura, and Flashback has no members alive, and that is the end of the round. 135-0 for the second round. As Unknown Secura take the round 2-0. Dominating performance game 2. Strong performance game 1, but absolutely a masterclass in game 2. Humka did not die. He went 24-0 that round. Just again, a masterclass. Even when Flashback had the cisterns, they had their main, they had a push going on the main of China. Just Humka stayed alive that whole time in that helicopter. They were never truly under threat with that helicopter up. Just a dominating performance. And now with the conclusion of docking oil fields, we will be moving on to, I believe, Gulf of Oman, as soon as the map gets changed. Now, the thing about Battlefield 2, of course, is when we talk about Battlefield competition, just like as we're seeing now, as it was played in the old days, multiple maps per match, 2 rounds a map. There was an emphasis on every team, not only to recruit the best infantry players, but you wanted to recruit the best tank players, you wanted to recruit the best LAV players, you wanted to recruit the best helicopter players, and that is paying dividends right now for Unknown Secura. And it just goes to show you how great Battlefield competition could be. Because you play a map like Dragon Valley, or you play a map like Docking Oil Fields, and the better helicopter pilot wins. You know, if he's on a good day, then your team does really well. But at the end of the day, you have that second round. You have that second map. You know, where there's not going to be a helicopter. And you can make up. You still have a chance to win the match. You have that chance where there's not going to be that dominating helicopter pilot. If you feel like your team has the weaker helicopter pilot, then you can go into the match full well knowing, hey, we might not do so well in docking oil fields, which is why we damn well need to make sure that we win Gulf of Oman. And a lot of teams practiced for that. They knew their weaknesses. If they didn't have a good jet pilot or a good chopper pilot, they would play great on Mostar City or Karkand. It looks like they're going to have one more switch before the next game goes live. Gulf of Oman, obviously, just one of the best 8v8 maps ever for Battlefield 2. There's decent cover on each team, on each flag. There's enough flags where you can go around where an all cap is possible, but you know it's less of an occurrence. What's your question, Rensler? I'm not sure if this is live. I'm actually unsure of that. I think it goes by ticket count. Like the total ticket count, not by rounds. I would have to check with the admin for the tournament, or for the league. And I did not see if we were live, but this looks pretty live to me. No, maybe not. Schedule, hold and spawn. No, not live. Okay. There we go. And now we are live with Map 2, Round 1 on Gulf of Oman. between Team Flashback and Team Unknown Secura. Unknown Secura taking both rounds in docking oil fields, the map they just played previously. Emphasis is now on the tankers. Generally on Gulf of Oman, you don't see tanks pushing too far beyond the train line. Generally, it's the infantry and the Humvees that do that. Most teams use their tank to defend. And Unknown Secura immediately gathering on the train, trying to stop any push. They are going to push this the village flag very, very quickly. Lots of ATs down here, but Flashback put up a minor defense, and most of them get taken out very quickly. Flashback will take control of the village. Unknown Secura's tank taking position on the north flag. Excuse me, the city flag. And the infantry battle will begin. This is where it rages. Train cars down. As the village flag is incredibly difficult to take, just due to the spawn points on the high ground. Unknown Secura pushing into the village wall. U.S. tank still there. So this tank is going to be excellent at defending this flag. As long as he's paying attention, and he's not. So Liverstov, not paying attention. He's focused on the tank of Unknown Secura. But that seems to be indifferent to the outcome here, as Commander Artillery taking out the last member of Unknown Secura on the flight currently. Whole squad is still here. 4 infantry, maybe 5. Tank goes down for the U.S. So Liverstov just could not handle that group of infantry. And Unknown Secura will push into the village flag. Very few infantry for Flashback here, which seems to imply that they are somewhere else. They must be. We got a couple here on this high ground. It looks like they might be pushing the main here. But it seems like they might be just as confused as I am, given the commander spam. Flashback just doesn't seem to be anywhere. Unknown Secura holding the village and the city flags. And the Jeep did try to manage to go around. Did he succeed? I don't believe he did. And it looks like Flashback are now redeploying to try to retake the village flag. Infantry pushing in now. Village flag is going to be their target. U.S. tank trying to get around, trying to get out of rocket fire. Commander assets being called down for Unknown Secura. Untraceable in the tank, having 2 commander supply crates sitting on top of. He is just giddy. Fantastic position for him. Still no flank coming around for Flashback. They are just pinned in their main. And Untraceable in a phenomenal position right here. Able to watch any pushes for the left and the right. Any jeeps that come through, any infantry that run through. He is going to be that first brick wall. And it looks like a couple infantry for Flashback are trying to try to push around. Here comes the Humvee. Now that Untraceable is pushed back a little bit, you see one Humvee for Flashback pushing in. 1 member in it, and he is down. That was fast. Kawa, the commander, taking some initiative, getting out of commander mode, just blocking that push. Meanwhile, the push continues. Team Flashback trying to take the village flag back without tank support. Tank now back up for US. He's in a really good position here as he can shoot down behind the wall. Oh yeah, definitely. Commander assets were different in Battlefield 2. So the commander assets, for those of you who don't know, in Battlefield 2, it was not a particular slot in the server. The commander asset was a player. A player chose to just simply open the commander window whenever he wanted, as long as he was commander. He could be flying a jet, he could be flying a helicopter, and still command the match. Which on public servers kind of was a pain, because you had commanders that, you know, didn't want to do things, or wanted to fly jets and just get the extra points. It's one of the reasons why it was never replaced like that. And Flashback now getting pushed a little bit. And their tank. So Liverstov is starting to get pushed a little bit here. He actually bails out of the tank. Tries to get the infantry here. Tried to get a few reps. But he was just getting pushed too hard. Flashback making another push along the right side with the Humvee. Tank is there for the mech team. Untraceable. Once again, perfect rotations for him. Absolutely perfect. Completely blocking off the movement of Flashback here. And it looks like as soon as the untraceables, or excuse me, Unknown Secura had a couple guys try to go for the main, and due to that, they did not see a few members of Flashback try to get this flag. And this flag is now, oh, it is back in the favor of Unknown Secura. Unknown Secura in control of 3 out of 4 flags right now, as Flashback was waiting to get their tank back. Tank just respawned now. 2 Humvees trying to push to the right side of the map. 1 goes down. And Unknown Secura holding the left side. Very, very strong. Sky Angel and Frank doing a great job holding the left side as infantry. Making sure nothing gets around. Positioning over here is fantastic. Unfortunately for him, the Artie strike got him, and Naruto Slay. And Witch King. Good 3-man Artie. Positioning here on this map is fantastic, as you're able to perfectly see where that tank spawns, and if you can just line up a couple straw shots, you can take out the U.S. tank with ease. It's actually much easier to take out the U.S. tank than it was to take out the mech tank on this map. And Flashback looks as if they have had enough. That tank, Liverstov, getting a little frustrated here, just trying to push right down in. Counters a bunch of infantry and backs out and says, no way, maybe they made a mistake. 4 members of Flashback over here trying to take out the tank. That is their main goal. They don't even care if they die. They want this tank. And Flashback, Frank and Hap just completely covering over here. And of course, this is Kawa over here sitting in as the commander. For those of you that were curious as to who was over here, this is the commander. This is Kawa. And he takes out the UAV, gets out of commander mode, takes out the UAV for the US team, and then goes back to commander, keeping an eye on that flag. Excellent positioning, behind the wall, in the Vodnik. Phenomenal job, commander. Untraceable, trying to get a little aggressive here, trying to push the tank of the US. He's got reps, Untraceable doesn't, and he gets pushed back. Meanwhile, Flashback defending against 4 infantry of Unknown Secura as they take out the tank. And so Liverstov not having a good day, man. Between all the TVs from last round, from the chopper, and then this round, He is not having a good game. Apparently I was killed in the game. I don't know how the heck that was possible. Apparently I was killed by that arty strike. Okay. Good stuff. Anywho. I've never seen that before. 149 tickets to 77, as Unknown Secura has just had a death grip on Flashback this round. No push has been successful for them. Flashback just trying to maintain this hold on their main. Man, I just had some resistance to say uncapped twice there. Kawa still using the commander assets to call out the spot around the map, looking for anybody from Flashback that might be sneaking around, but there is nobody back there. Flashback devoting everything they have to defending this main base. 5 members of Unknown Secura pushing in. Artillery coming down for the U.S. gets 1. Man, if that was just a little to the right, that would be fantastic. And the tank for the U.S. team. Camera's a little inverted, but he's there, still alive, and no longer alive. Unknown Secura, they want to shut this round down. They want this round over. That would be interesting, wouldn't it, Pilar? Yeah, Unknown Secura, they take one of the Humvees. Humvees in Battlefield 2, extremely powerful. You can kill the gunner out of it, but... Koduk, 5 infantry, 5 kills in a row. Doing work, 6 kills. Doing work, absolutely worth it. And now Untraceable, pushing in. Meanwhile, the U.S. tank got stolen there too in all that confusion. So this round, Flashback just has to go for as many kills as they can. Untraceable finally goes down to the tank, but it was not their tank that went down. So now the U.S. has to push out, has to take this village flag without their own tank. And Unknown Secura going to try to defend village with everything they have. They are in full advantage. They're not worried at all. Humvee goes up the center flag. It's taken out by... looks like it could have been the tank shell. Infantry taken out. Flashback, that push, desperate as it may have been. EMX Hill tried to get up there and make something happen, and the tank just fell back way too fast. Both tanks up now for the mech team. And Flashback. Having a Flashback. Back in the grind. Once again, up against 2 tanks. Having about as terrible around this time around as it was they did on docking oil fields. Humvee going out of bounds this time. Flashback really trying to get out there. Gets around, but I'm not sure if they're aware. That doesn't really matter if there was a tank back there or not watching him. He's just going to run for it. He has to make something happen. But I don't think he knows that there's a tank there. Oh, Sky Angel with a straw hit. Good shot, buddy. Not even a gun. Tank doesn't need to worry about it. Just gets shot in the back with a rocket. That's how you wipe out a runner. 130 tickets to 15. As Flashback trying to push in yet again, but they are still up against 2 tanks, and they are just going to have to get as many tickets as they can here in the last couple seconds of this round. Koduk absolutely just took 3 infantry on 1 on the left side. The man is a monster this round. And I am not sure what... There is nothing left in the cookie jar here for Flashback. Both tanks now pushing up for unknown Secura, just trying to close it out, getting the last couple kills. And they are going to close this round out at 128 tickets to 0. With unknown Secura taking the first round of Map 2. Once again, in dominating fashion. Nothing escaped their view. Taking a look at the scores here. So Liverstov did go 26-6, but it felt like he had a worse round than he actually did. Hepkoduk, the infantry player, doing very, very well. Getting a lot of kills. That Humvee round was really great. Let's see. Untraceable in the tank with going 16-1. That's not surprising considering he was passively defending his zone most of the game. Doing his job. Correct, Rinsler. But it depends how the rules are set for the match.
New commander reporting for duty.
Well, it could. I'll have to ask the admin if they're playing a fourth round. It could mean because they might go by rounds. I don't know. They might have points for the rounds themselves. I'll have to ask. I'll let you know the next time I cast if you watch. And here we go with round 2 of Gulf of Oman. This time, unknown Secura on the US side. This is, of course, the weaker side of the map. Untraceable, taking out the Vodnik that tried to go around right off the bat. Flashback. Looks like they put everything into that Jeep on the right. They didn't even make a push to the village. Wow, that is just... That is so odd. They did not even make a push towards that flag. Meanwhile, unknown Secura pushing the main, the construction site flag of Flashback very, very early on. The tank is back here, but this is just such a distraction for them. And it looks like, well, we're trying to get up the hill here, but it looks like Frank, the squad leader, is trying to be the anchor back there. That's really going to bite him in the butt later when or Flashback in the butt when they don't kill him. Squad leader down, Frank down. And that push has been cleaned up. Oh, minus one player. One player did spawn. But the artillery cleans it up. And now it looks like Secura, in a change of pace from last round, the US team gonna push up to the city flag. This flag had no action really on it last round at all. So Liverstov backing up, trying to get away from the US tank. I don't know if he's got an extra hit on him already. This untraceable. Oh, taking that hit. Might not be the best thing. He's definitely going to get this kill, though. Even with the reps, this should be enough. Yep, there it is. Untraceable gets the kill on Liverstov. Markey comes up behind him with the Neerix, gets both tanks, or gets him as well. Both tanks down for each team. And unknown Secura graying out the flag here for this for the city flag. Might be enough. No, not enough to gray it. Artillery coming down on the village flag. I don't see any infantry there, but it looks like it may have just been a preemptive strike just to defend the flag. Meanwhile, Secura, Witch King in the main base of the mech team. The lone person there steals the mech tank and is running for his life with it. Another disaster for Flashback. Even if that tank was destroyed, it doesn't matter. That was just... You lose that tank for 45 seconds. You have 45 seconds without a tank, and the US are just going to push you as hard as they possibly can in that time. Because that tank of Untraceable has nothing else to worry about other than the infantry. He can farm as many kills, push whatever he wants. Vodnik coming around. They're going to try to take out Untraceable here. One shot, two shot. Takes him out. Both shots go in the tracks, which are the weak points of the tanks in Battlefield 2. Getting the bonus damage there. Excellent marksmanship by Dioxin. And unknown Secura, a little bit pushed back here. They lost their tank. Kawa doing a lot of spots here, making sure that Secura knows exactly what's coming to him. Tank pushing up for the mech team. Flashback trying to push out this flag a little bit. Artillery coming down. It looks like it's going to come down on the village flag. I would be surprised if it didn't come down on the high ground. Well, he tried to put it. He puts it in between. Only gets one, unfortunately for him. Deliver stuff. With a supply crate, it's a little bit of extra regen for his tank. And he is just on his own. Is there another push here at the main? There is. Okay, there we go. That's where the infantry happened. So it looks like the mech team got around behind. Flashback got behind unknown Secura and did manage to gray their flag. Secura coming in, 3 infantry left. They have to get this flag back. Otherwise, they're going to be without a tank. 4 or 5 massive squad bomb. That's what they needed right here. 6 infantry. Even with grenades coming down, this is exactly what they need. There you go. Grenades still coming in for Flashback, as they need to get these infantry off the flag if they want to take it. However, now with the respawn available, they're gonna Flashback is going to have to re-gray the flag in order to prevent those spawns. Oh, Hoj! TK's 2 infantry as he calls down the artillery. Does get Sky Angel, though. And that flag is defended for unknown Secura. So they have managed to retain their main base flag and their tank. Meanwhile, another push at the village manages to gray that out. Untraceable already there. Gets 1, gets 2. Gets 3. Gets 4. Cleans up this flag very handedly, and I believe there is nobody else left alive here for this flag, so unknown Secura will retake the village flag. No more infantry left available. And now it's time for Flashback. Let's see where they push. Unknown Secura, brilliant placement of the artillery. For a second there, I actually had the question of what they were aiming at here. They were actually aiming on top of the placement of the Vodniks in the main base. And he took one of them out. The artillery strategically placed to prevent the movement of the Vodnik use. Excellent thinking and play by unknown Secura here. They are just, every little thing that they can do, they are doing it. And now we have a return to the stalemate of Gulf of Oman. Mech tank in the center with a bunch of infantry defending on the train tracks. Commander sitting on city flag in his Vodnik. Infantry push either going to go around to the main base, which it looks like that is the target for Flashback. When you don't see a push at the one flag you're expecting, you gotta just assume that they're going around behind. Eric's in the back of the U.S. tank takes down Untraceable. Untraceable still alive here, but 5 infantry pushing for Flashback into the main base of Secura. Secura, meanwhile, has 3 or 4 infantry trying to push the city flag. Not the best idea here. They might want to suicide and get back here as soon as possible. I don't think they fully understand just how much of a threat this flag is right now. The U.S. does not have their tank up either. So that U.S. tank will be respawning if they take... Yep, there it is. And Flashback have stolen the Abrams over the U.S. team. One member of Flashback on the flag. And it looks like one member of Flashback takes the village flag. Flashback is just about everywhere right now. The flag in the back has been recaptured. The U.S. flag, the U.S. team will hold. It looks like. Maybe I spoke too soon. More infantry squad bomb here. Flashback still maintaining this push here. It looks like 1 or 2 left. 3 infantry left here. 4 now. 4 unknown Secura, and they now, well, still here. Wow. I can't. If only I had a mini-map, boys. You know? Meanwhile, unknown Secura taking the uncap. Swinging all the way around. Just taking the uncap, the hotel flag, excuse me, the construction site flag for mech. Depriving them of their tank. Do we even have a tank active on the map right now? I don't see one on the mini-map, and I don't hear one. There one. So we have 1 tank up alive. Flashback still in possession of the U.S. tank. And... Or, excuse me. Oh, never mind. That's how it respawns. It's on the U.S. flag. Flashback in possession of both tanks right now. Flashback trying to make an attempt to retake their home flag, but unknown Secura on the ball. A little bit of an infantry fight. There is no way you were going to survive that fight, buddy. Slay outnumbered 3-1 in a little hidey hole. Flashback did manage to take their tank out of their main. However, there is just not much he can do here. Never mind, he was down. I was just about to tell him he better run, but that came too late. Flashback making another push from the city flag. City flag towards hotel. Meanwhile, looks like this flat. All right, so we are divided right now. The U.S. tank, the actual U.S. tank, still in possession by Flashback on the mech team. Just defending the village flag. Minor push going on over here, but most of the action concentrated on the construction site flag. Witch King takes up boring. Sky Angel looking for somebody to kill. Commander assets are currently C4'd. They might get destroyed here any second. Kodak takes out Hakak in the Humvee. Flashback has enough infantry here that they may be able to recap, but they are not fighting from the gray. There goes the commander assets, finally C4'd. So Flashback might be in the dark for a little bit. No more commander scan. But they have no more infantry here. Flashback taken out. This push has been destroyed. Artillery coming down, very much unnecessary. A little bit of an overzealous artillery strike from Kawa. And most of the looks like the Flashback finally starting to retake. Looks like they're refocusing their efforts. They want to retake the U.S. main. Yep, there they are. We have 5 infantry, 6 infantry pushing the U.S. main. 6 out of 8 infantry here, or 6 out of 8 players pushing the U.S. main. 1 grenade. Untraceable takes out 4 infantry, 2 with a hand grenade and 2 with a shotgun. You go, buddy. Untraceable. That's an engineer. Meanwhile, unknown Secura retaking the city flag. This looks like this is a very, very close round. Tickets are 107 to 99 right now, much closer to the last game. And this has just been back and forth. Both teams, you know, a minute ago, Flashback had both tanks. Now, Unknown Secura has both tanks. The main US tank for Unknown Secura gets taken out. Flashback, however, trying to still push this US main base. All they have left is the village flag, and that is not a flag that they want to be on. It's kind of far out of the way. They have to take them. It's pretty much almost a necessity that they push the US main base rather than go back to their own. Unknown Secura trying to take the village flag from them. But 6 members of Flashback here waiting for him. Gonna deflect that pretty easily. Tank now up again for the US team. Untraceable now back up in the tank. And it looks like this could be the final push for this round. As Untraceable is on flag. Unknown Secura want vengeance. They want to retake this flag and shut down Flashback on at least one of these maps. And this flag is gray, which now leaves Celeverstop as the last member alive for Flashback, and he is somewhere. He is now dead. There we go. He actually kills himself to end the round, and Unknown Secura will take the round 101-0, which means that they do unfortunately lose the map by about 30 tickets, but put up a great fight. But Flashback will take this match 3-1, taking both rounds of docking oil fields and 1 round, the dominant round of, Unknown Secura will take 3 rounds. So Flashback, wait a minute. Nope, I'm wrong. I think I just called that wrong. Unknown Secura will take all 4 rounds of the map against Flashback. Unknown Secura will cap them out. Yeah, that was a 4-0. My bad. Somehow I got confused there at the end. So Unknown Secura absolutely dominating Flashback there. And that was a great performance by Unknown Secura. Much tighter round than yesterday's game against Craneberries. Nevertheless, great match all around. Both teams put up a great fight. Just some dominant plays there by both teams. Unfortunately, the helicopter for Unknown Secura just absolutely dominating docking. And that is going to be it for today's match, guys. If you enjoyed this video, the match will be uploaded to my YouTube channel, and hopefully in the next week we'll be having more Battlefield 2 casts. So that is it for me. The announced MVP? Oh, that was absolutely the guy in the helicopter, whose name I'm forgetting right now. That is my MVP. Humka, thank you. Humka is absolutely my MVP. He absolutely destroyed on docking oil fields.